Luz y progreso, paz y justicia. This is Sancista Brujo Luis. So you're probably wondering why I have this pañuelo, fula, with the symbol of Papaleba. Papaleba is Aloha. Today I'm going to review a tarot deck. People know that I use around 3 decks that I mainly use. I'm not big on collecting tarot, but for years I've been using the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Wow, since it came out, I've been through 5 of those decks, and I wanted something new, and this just came out. I'm going to show you what it is. And it's titled, it's still got the plastic. I just got it. Haven't even opened it. It says right there, I'm trying not to get the glow, but it's Spirit Box, right? The Voodoo Tarot, el Tarot del Voodoo. And this is what the box looks like, and this is what the cards look like. I have not seen these cards. Let me take off this plastic and see what the cards look like with inside. This is a first impression, and I'm gonna take off that glow there. But a first impression and a walkthrough through this deck. So I removed the saran wrap from the deck. I want you to see the box. Spirit Box, right? This deck just came out this week, actually. So I was going to review it a long time ago. I was debating whether to get this deck. Would this be something that I use? I'm not a big tarot collector. So I said, you know what? I need something new because I'm using the Voodoo Tarot it's my 5th deck on the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, and I wanted something new to test out. So I'm going to open it up and see what we got. All right. So first of all, the box is beautiful. And you can see all these bebés, Voodoo bebé. There's Barón del Cementerio, Torolisa, I think it's Agasu, Gramboa, La Sirene, all these bebés. All right, so you didn't come here just to look at bebés. I want to know what this is. Let's see. All right, so this is a book that comes with the deck. So this is the book that comes with the deck, all right? You can pick this up on Amazon.com. Wow, look at that. That looks nice. All right, this is my first impression, and wow, look at that. Okay, I don't want to show off too much the book because it's showing the cards, and okay, that's nice. So you get a book, right, to interpret this deck. We're gonna open it up. And there is the cards. Mira que lindo. All right, let me take off this plastic stuff so you can see the deck. So this is the back of the deck, the cards. You already saw the box. And I'm going to put the book aside. And, wow, it's a thick deck. Feels very thick. Let me see the paper stock. And it feels a little light. All right, I want you to see, this is the back of the card. It's got this beautiful filma, this beautiful veve. So let me give you my first initial reaction to this deck. So here is the first card that you're gonna see. All right, I don't want to spoil the. All right, so right there that looks like Papaleba, the black pig. The black cerdo, if you know what that represents. Beautiful deck so far. This is just a promotion for the deck, right? This deck you can use is based on Haitian Voodoo, but you could also use it if you practice 21 division, Dominican 21 division, and Puerto Rican Sanse, and other forms of New Orleans Voodoo. So let me go through the deck and give you my initial reaction. So the first card is represented by Bon Dieu. Bon Dieu is the creator of the universe, good God, buen Dios, Papa Dios, Todopoderoso. Love the card. He's looking, I like how it goes through the border, the sun, Gran Solier is going, he's got, I guess like a curtain, and so he's looking through liminal space. There's the traditional dog that you see in the Fool. Bon Dieu. Why would they use Bon Dieu as the Fool? Well, not that Bon Dieu is a fool, but he created the universe. Bon Dieu created the universe, the cosmos. So analyze it. Look at what we've made of this world. But I love how Bon Dieu is looking through the curtain, liminal space. And the next card, wow, look at that. I love how it goes through, see that? Like it goes through the border. And this is the Magician, Simbi Makaya. Simbi Mikaya. And I'm just going to show you, he's on an altar. He's doing some trabajo right there. There's an egg, a machete, una vela, right? And there's el crocodilo, a filma. What a beautiful deck. I love that the deck is people of color. We need more decks like that. And I love that it goes through, this is nice. That it goes through the border. And see the water coming down into this higuera. All right, so this is the Magician, Simbi Mikaya. The next one is the High Priestess, Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau was the Voodoo Queen of Louisiana in the 1800s. So it's appropriate that they use her as the High Priestess. I love it. I love her culebra, her serpiente Simbi. She's smoking her tobacco. I love her face. It's so regal. I'm trying to zoom in so you can see the beauty of the cards. I'm so used to recording for TikTok the other way that it's getting hard for me to record this way. I love that the skull is coming out of the deck. Her rooster, her gallo. Really beautiful. That is the High Priestess. The next one is, who's this? La Siren? No, this is Mami Wata. Mami Wata representing the Empress. Right? Mami Wata is one of the Loa, not so much La Siren, or some people would associate it with like Yemoja, Yemaja. Mami Wata would be, in Sanse, she would be more associated with Mama Chimbi. Mama Chimbi, some people use Santa Marta la Dominadora to represent Mama Chimbi. Filomena Lubana, right? But this is Mami Wata. Look at the scales in the water. Look at her looking through her mirror. Actually, that filma right there is for La Siren. All right. So La Siren is represented here because this is Mami Wata, which I guess Mami Wata is an aspect or a camino of La Siren, because that's her filma right there. And you'll see, I'll use the cloth later I'm just going through the major arcana, and I'll use her pañuelo in the minor arcana. So the next card is Papa Agüe or Agüe, the Emperor. And there's his filma right there. I love that he is regal, a sailor, a capitan. You know, in 21 division, this is the image used or associated with Ogun Balenjo, right? Ogun Balenjo. Agüe is not as popular in the 21 divisions, or so much so in Sanse, but he is very popular in Haitian Voodoo, and I do know that Agüe is also respected in Jamaican spiritual cultures. I'm not sure if it's Obia, but I love that he is a general, and he's en el agua, in lo profundo del mar, and I love that. See this? Look at this. Check this out. It becomes like one card. Isn't that cool? I like that. Okay, that's pretty cool. The next card is Papa Legba. Ahí está Papa Legba. All right. Con su perrito, with his dogs. The Hierophant. Papa Legba in Voodoo is associated with San Lázaro, right? In Santeria, San Lázaro would be Babaluaye or Baluaye, but in Voodoo, San Lázaro is represented of Papa Legba, El Viejo Legba at the crossroads. So this makes sense why they're using him as for the Hierophant. And there's the filma of Papa Legba. The next one, Los Amantes, the lovers, right? Yeah, the lovers. La Marasa, right? I love that. Look at the eyes on her. This, in Sanse, La Marasa represents fe, esperanza, y la caridad. Faith, hope, and charity. And also in the 21 division, they pertain to what is in Santeria los Hibeji, la Himagua, the divine twins, the divine trilogy, right? In Greek mythology, they are, I forgot, the three fates, right? Is that Greek mythology? I think so. This is Ogun. Ogun is the chariot, right? Ogun is a loa, un misterio, an orisha. Well, he's a misterio that's honored in Puerto Rico, Haiti, Santo Domingo, Brazil, Cuba. He is a loa and he is also an orisha. We have a lot of, in Sanse in 21 division, the name Ogu is a surname for a group of spirits. But here you have with his machete. Wish I could zoom in on that. There's his firma at the crossroads. I love this card. That's really nice. Mira que lindo esto, make sure. All right, so this one is El Zuli Dantor, right? Yeah, El Zuli Dantor, La Justicia, all right? Look at how beautiful this. The baby, some people associate the baby with, it depends on the tradition. Some people associate it with a misterio in the 21 division known as Anaïs Sapie. And then some people associate it with Tijan Petro. Tijan. Wow, this is Aizan, the hermit. Aizan is the first mambo, right? She's associated with Santa Clara. Right here, she's associated with La Virgen Polaca. I don't know her name right now, but I'll write it down here somewhere. Aizan is Santa Clara. In Sanse, she's known as Claribel. And she's the one that brings light. She's very important in Voodoo because she's the first mambo. She's the first ancestor, the first bruja. And there's her palm fronds and there's her firma. And so I love that they used, and she's got her sacred rattle. I wish I could zoom in and you could see the deck closely. The next card for the Wheel of Fortune is Maman Brigitte. Maman Brigitte, una de la guedesa del cementerio, a guedesa of the cemetery, one of Baron's wives, all right? She's associated with Saint Bridget, and so this makes sense that this is the Wheel of Fortune, luck, change. You know, she's a guedesa, a muerto spirit, a muerto loa, that brings in abundance y suerte. Oh, this one right here is Bosu, and Bosu represents strength. Bosu in Sanse in 21 division, he's known as Gran Toro Lisa. Gran Toro Lisa is an aggressive loa, an aggressive misterio. It makes sense why they're using this as strength, because this represents, that Gran Toro Lisa represents the desire to survive. Think of a charging bull. Think of a Spanish matador y el toro in Spain. I forgot what you call them. And the bull, all he wants to do is survive at all costs. So this represents the energy of slavery. When slaves were brought into the United States, into the Americas, I'm sorry, los cimarrones, the wild man, the slaves who refuse through all costs to be slaved, to be enshackled. So this is a beautiful why it represents Torolisa or Agasu. I like that card. Wow. Oh, look at this one. This is L'Engleso. I don't know much about L'Engleso. L'Engleso is not so much used in Voodoo. I'm sorry, in Voodoo, yes, but in Sanse, not so much. But it is the hanged one. And so I like that they're using El Sagrado Corazón de Jesucristo, the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And then El Serpiente on the tree. L'Engleso. L'Engleso would be like the English one, meaning Jesus was a saint brought to Haiti by the white man. You know, so L'Engleso would be the equivalent of saying the Englishman, I'm assuming. So Jesus would represent a white man, according to the pictures at that time, a white man Loa, a white man Misterio, because that's what they saw. They saw pictures of a white man spirit that the white man was venerating and going to church for, going to church. And so this is L'Ingleso. The next one is Papa Gede, La Muerte. Look at that. Death, I'm sorry. Okay. I love that. He's an awesome trickster. He's one of the varones del cementerio. Look at that. He's got his glasses, one with a lens, one without, and all his symbols. The black, el negro Felipe, the black Philip, the black goat. All right. And the next one is Papa Loco. Papa Loco, this is beautiful. So Papa Loco is very popular in Sanse, as it is in Voodoo, as it is in 21 Division, because Papa Loco is actually an indigenous spirit. He represents the spirits of the trees. In Puerto Rico, he's very highly sacred to La Ceiba, right? And so Papa Loco was a shaman in the Caribbean, an Arawak Taino shaman named Loquo. I'll put the writing right here, Loquo. And so he became associated with a spirit. He taught the African slaves the magic of the New World and incorporating the Taino, the Arawak, the Locono, the Caniba, the Caribe ways, spirituality, the herbs, the land. Papa Loco taught them that. Papa Loco is also married to Aizan. Okay, so he is a Taino or an Arawak spirit. I love that it looks like an African American gentleman, but you also see there's got some native features. So, it's beautiful. It's appropriate. I love el empaque, el macuto that we use to leave him ofrendas. These macuto or these empaques have to go with a Taino mythology, which maybe I'll go to in a future. Why we use los empaques, los macuto, which is it's a Taino mythology on the creation of the universe. So that's Papa Loco. I love that. And this one here is Calfo, el Diablo. Calfo would be in Santeria, I guess they call him Olosi. He is the devil aspect, the devil side of Leba, Papa Leba. He's got a gun there. He's dressed bien moderno. If you ever see the movie, what was that movie called? Constantine. There was a spirit there. It was kind of like Dr. Midnight. Dr. Midnight would be a mix between Calfo and Papa Legba. If you saw the TV show American Horror, what was American Horror? The Witches. I forgot what it was called. There was a Papa Legba which looked like a Barron but acted like a Calfo, which is funny. Because if you saw that show, you'd say, wait a second, this is Papa Legba, but he's dressed as Barron, but he's acting as Papa Calfo. El Potomitan, the tower, right? The Potomitan in the Voodoo ceremonies, you will always see a central pole where they leave all the ofrendas and the drums and everything. And I'm going to just show you. This is where all the spirits come down. In Sanse, we don't have a Potomitan in our templos or our centros. We go into nature, and they do this also in Voodoo and 21 Division. We go and we seek a tree, which goes back to Papa Loco, La Ceiba, right? If you're in the Caribbean, if you're not in the Caribbean, you find a sacred tree in the United States or in the Americas, wherever you are. But in Haiti, there's in the temples, there's a center pole, and this is where they call the ancestors, the Loa, the Misterios, to come down into the temple, right? And so in Sanse, often there's un palo de muerto that we use, and that works in the similar function. El Potomitan is like the axis mundi between the world of the spirit and the world of the material and the world of the high gods, the upper world, the middle world, the lower world. All right. So that is El Potomitán. Right here we have Silibo. Silibo la estrella. Mira qué linda esa carta. I love that. This is a misterio or loa that I don't know too much about. All right. I've heard about Silibo. Look at that. Looks like an Oshun energy, very brujita. Let me fix up. So this is Silibo, and the next card, La Luna, one of the divine twins, right? Mawu, okay, the moon, Mawu, and look how beautiful that is. Feminine energy, the women's mysteries, right? And I'm hoping this, yes, look at that. Lisa, I'm sure, yep, Lisa, the sun, the divine twins, yin and yang, night and day, you know, masculine, feminine, phallic, yonic energies. That is so beautiful. I love that. And the next card is Barón Semdi, Barón del Cementerio, as we call him in Sansen 21 Division. Barón del Cementerio, also Barón del Sábado. He represents la judgment. I don't know how to say judgment in Spanish. And then the last of the major, because then we still got the minor. Oh, wow. Look at the world tree. And this is Papa Dambala right here. And the white serpent spirit, Dambala, and Aida Wedo in Santeria. Papa Dambala would be associated with the spirit Obatala. Aida Wedo would be Oshumare, right? The rainbow serpent and the white serpent of creation. Papa Dambala y Aida Wedo. Wedo Aida. That is beautiful. This is the major arcana. Now we're going to go into the minor arcana. So I changed the pañuelo to La Sirene, right? Mami Wata. This is her filma. Now, really quickly, I can see that I'm going to use this as a spiritual deck. It's got a lot of spiritual symbolism. You have to know deeply about each of these misterios, each of these laws, because this deck is full of so much knowledge just from the major arcana. But there's one thing that I predict. I predict that a lot of New Age espiritistas, there is New Age espiritistas of just making up a bunch of hocus pocus, New Age, I don't know, a bunch of people who have never been initiated into Voodoo or Sanse or 21 Division. I predict that they're going to use these decks to, well, I see that Papa Loco walks with you and blah, 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 blah. You cannot read anyone's misterio with the cards, period, point blank, end of story. Each of these cards has you have to understand the loa. There's a mystery between each of the loa that is the embodiment, the meaning of each card. But there's no way that you're going to pull out Agasu, Gran Torolisa, and you're going to say to the person, oh, I see a Gran Torolisa walking with you. No. If anyone reads your loa or your spirits using a deck of cards, run away. So remember, no one can read your misterios, your loas, your muertos with a deck of cards, all right? Beautiful deck for reading, right? If you understand each of these misterios, each of these spirits. Beautiful deck, and I've already mixed it up. But beautiful deck for reading, for meditation, but not a deck for anyone giving you any spirits. Okay, now we're going to go to the cups, all right? So I'm just going to go really quickly through this. Ace of Cups. There's a higuera being full, or jícara being filled with water, representing blessings, abundancia. The Two of Cups, amor. Oh, look at that. He's giving his heart to her. You know, he ripped his heart out, right? Or a sacrificial heart anyways. But this represents el amor. But then there's that blue hand. Okay, we got to think about that for a second, right? All right. There's a lot of deep meaning in each of the cards. This is, what is this? Three of Cups. Look at that. Look at the women's faces. I love that. Four of Cups. Yep, Four of Cups. love this deck. Ooh, look at this one. 5 of Cups. Cinco de Copas. I don't know if they use it. Yeah, they are using cups as the, right there, cups as the name of the card. This 12 cards that seems to be ruled by water spirits, right? This is 6 of Cups. 7 of Cups. I love the imagery. I can see myself spiritually reading. I'm already reading this deck and I haven't even picked up the book because I'm reading it spiritually. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting my spirits guide me to what the meaning of each card is. All right? Right here, 8 of Cups. You know, un poquito tristeza. You're worried about everything that's falling apart, but you got to see the blessing in front of you. You're not looking at the blessing. Well, this guy's looking at the blessing in front of him, but there's blessing there. Some blessing. It looks like some light is going into the well. Maybe the well is dry. I'm not sure. I have to really deeply meditate. Look at this. Lavándose la cabeza. This is 9 of Cups. The head washing. Wow, that's nice. Oof. Wow. 10 of Cups. Look at that. They're water gazing. Los espíritus, the dead, the ancestors. Los pía, the obia. In Santería they're known as los gungun, los muertos, los seres, los guía, los difuntos, the ancestor spirits. In Jamaican voodoo is, in Taínos, opia. Right? I like that. Oh, the doll is... okay, this one just says the doll and cups. So if this was, I'm assuming, oh, I got it. It's el caballo, right? It should be el caballo. Well, we'll see in a second. But anyways, the doll, okay, and su agüita. And there's some filmas in that piece of paper back there. I like that. Mambo Cup, the Voodoo Queen. You guys ever see the movie, the TV show American Gods? Doesn't this picture look like, what was her name? She would, never mind, I'm not going to go that. Watch American Gods and you'll understand what I'm going to. But Mambo, giving birth, right? Giving birth to the spirits, right? It is not man that gives birth to spirits. It is woman that gives birth to spirits. Period, point blank, end of story. Ahí lo dije yo. Okay, the next one right here, ungan. All right, from woman giving birth to the priest, right, to the ungan, to crown the ungan with the crown of the spirits, de los ancestros, de los espíritus. And then we have horse, el caballo, right? El caballo de lo misterio, the one that channels the spirits, passes the spirits. And there she is, look at her. Le está dando su agua, or coconut. And he's pacifying the spirit. So these are the las copas. This is such a beautiful deck. Really beautiful deck. So I changed the pañuelo for one that is a misterio, a loa used in Sanse and the 21 divisions. Belie Belcan, right? San Miguel. Belie Belcan in Santeria is Agaju, I think it is. I'm not sure if I'm correct. So now we're going to go to Ace of, well, the coins, right? Right there. Una moneda, right? A coin. And this is the Ace of Coins, okay? Self-explanatory, ruled by the element of Earth. This is 2 of Coins, dos de oro. Look at what greed can do, right? What greed can do. Well, 2 of Cups was love. 2 of Coins was greed, sexual greed, right? 3 of Cups. That's very nice. I love that they're under, I forget the name of this tree right now. I'm trying to make sure that I get, so you don't see the blur. This is 4, mira la cruz, 4 of Coins. Wow, look at this one. Look at this one. Oh, you gotta see this. This looks like the Gungun cult of Nigeria, right? But this is 5 of coins. What a beautiful card that one is. 6 of coins. Where are they? Looks like they're in the El Cementerio, all right? Making offerings, ofrenda, to the recently departed or to the Gede spirits del cementerio of that tumba right here. They're doing some ofrendas. Wow, this is 7 of coins. Right here you see Gramboa, the great spirit of the tree. And he's got some ladder and he's picking some apples, manzana. You know, we give offerings to the spirits and then the spirits also return to us. So right there you can see that this is a sacred tree with the firma of Gramboa, and so offerings are left here and then the tree spirit nourishes us back. It's the act of sacred reciprocity. We give to the earth and the earth gives back to us blessings, bountiful food, nourishment. And then we have 8 of coins. There's just so much. Right? Sorry, my door is open and some car is beeping outside. Look at that, that's beautiful. El Santísimo está in the center right there. Then we have 9 of coins. What's she hiding in that box? In these cofres, right? What do you call them? Treasure chests in English. Treasure chests. Then we have 10 of coins. Looks like they're rebuilding either a well. Looks like a well, but I could be wrong. All right. And then we come to the doll, la muñeca, right? Coins. Look at that. La muñeca. Mambo. Con su ofrenda. Mambo of the earth. Sorry about my dog. And then we got Ungan of the earth, de la tierra. Looking beautiful in his yellow and green. Looking beautiful in his yellow and green. And then lastly, the horse, el caballo. Oof, this one's strong. All right, so this right here is the coins. Wow, nice deck. I love this deck. So now I'm using a pañuelo with the firma para Papa Candelo, Se Di Fe. Papa Candelo is a popular misterio, popular loa in Sanse, Puerto Rican Sanse, and 21 division, right? In Haiti, he would be more Papa Boko. Although Papa Boko is also another misterio all in its own energy that's very popular in Los Sanse, Puerto Rican Sanse, and 21 division. Anyways, Papa Boko is a brujo, a sorcerer. So we're going through the ace, right? And this is the ace of wands, de bastones. You see the taburetes that we use to call los espíritus. When los espíritus come down, they sit on these taburetes. And this looks like a cigarro. It is a cigarro, right? Which makes sense that we use el cigarro, el tabaco, right? Tobacco in itself is a spirit in the Arawak, Taino, and indigenous spiritual cultures that was adapted, of course, to African ATRs, Voodoo, Santeria, Maria Leonza, all these other traditions. So then we have, so that is the ace of tobacco, I'm going to call it, or bastones. This is the 2, but there's 2 bones making a crossroad, a cross, una cruz, la encruzadas, all right? A world between the living and the dead, a crossroads. You have a decision to make. I can read these cards right now. You just have to understand the meanings. This is not a deck that you would read like you would read the Rider Waite. No, it isn't. This is a deep deck that delves in brujeria, magia, Caribbean folk magic, I got to read the book to see how they interpret these cards, because I'm sure the book is going to be really watered down to the power of each of these cards. I mean, look at the symbol. This is a 3 of wands, and they're using tres velones, right? And 3 is a very important symbol. And there is la calavera, the skull of a goat, right? A goat. Bosu right there. We're going back to Bosu. We're going back to Toro Lisa, La Guerra, right? Look at this one. This is 4 of wands, and the wands would represent, I'm guessing, the 4 legs, right? Because I don't see any other implements of 4 wands. So the 4 wands would be that sacrificial animal. Again, these cards are not going to tell you to do a sacrifice, right? Blood sacrifice, I should say. But this can embody un sacrificio, an offering that you have to give, something that is sacred, right? Something that is important of yourself. Then we have, this was 4, right? Yeah, this was 4. 5 de bastone, 5 of wands. I am trying to see these pictures as best as I can. Look at that. Look at the artistry. Wow, I can see I'm going to be reading these cards pretty soon. I just can't wait to see there's 5 chivos here, right? 6 goats. They're tied to un palo. These are the sacrificial lambs, the sacrificial goats, right? I'm sure they're not happy about it, right? How would you feel if you were in this situation? Think about that. Then we have 7. Wow, I love the nudity. It's so very tasteful. It's not in any way, it's not pornographic. I can't think of the word, but it's very tastefully done. This is the 7 of wands, and there she is holding el serpiente. Looks like a boa. I could be wrong. Ella está trabajando su voodoo, su magia. Oof, right here, this one's a powerful one. This is 8 de bastones. 8, un mensaje que viene para ti, pero something is coming your way, all right? And I'm not going to go too deep into that. I'm reading them without even reading the book, right? 9, I've been reading tarot since I was 16 years old. I am 50, almost 40 years, right? So, anyways, 9 of wands. Mira qué lindo. So she's praying over those velitas. She's contemplating, she's meditating, she's deep into meditation, right? Then we have 10 of bastones of wands. I want you to see the pictures in these. All right. Ooh, look at this. The doll. The doll is a figure candle, a burning figure candle. All right. They want to dominate somebody. Quieren dominar algo. Ahí hay un tabaco. ¿Es el tabaco? Una firma. Right? Que van a dominar algo, un marido, un esposo. This is Mambo of wands, and you see her sitting around a circle of candles, velas, and she's calling on the spirits. This reminds me of that picture of I forgot her name, in that TV show, Jesus Christ, American Horror. She was playing the character of Marie Laveau. This kind of looks like that picture. This is Ungan. And there's Gamboa again. Look at that, el Ungan. Wow, that's nice. Mira quién apareció aquí. El caballo. ¿Y quién es este? Papa Candelo se dice. This could be Papa Candelo. This could be el negro Francisco. El negro José. El negro Tomás. Los pretobeljos. Look at that. Papa Bocó. Oh. Right. Papa Bocó. Papa Candelo. That is really beautiful. Love this deck. And now the final 12 cards. So for this one, I was going to use this pañuelo. This pañuelo is for Erzuli Freda, right? Anaísa, right? But I'm going to use the pañuelo that embodies Cachita Tumbó, right? Cachita Tumbó and Anaísa. That's the border of it. All right. So now we're going to go into las espadas, right? Anaísa, pie, Cachita Tumbó. Cachita Tumbó is the equivalent of Ochun, right? Very popular, Loa Misterio, not so much in Haitian Voodoo, but very popular in Puerto Rican Sanse, Cachita Tumbo. And her origins is with Taino spirits, pretty similar to Anaisapie, which is not an African spirit. Anaisapie is an indigenous Taino spirit. So this is Ace of Swords, and you see right there un machete. It represents the element of aire. And then we have, my door's open, so children are playing outside. Two of Swords, or machetes, right? The woman is tied, has a lot of decisions that the person is not sure of. Oh, wow. Los tres clavos de la Santa Cruz. Cristo vive, Cristo reina, Cristo de todos mis enemigos me defiende. The three cross on the skull. This right here is four of Swords. There's four cuchillas. Psychic attack. Enemies, right? Enemigo. Ataques psíquicos. Five of Swords. Look at, wow, look at that imagery. That's crazy. This is such a beautiful deck. This is a very powerful deck. You know, I hear a lot of people read the Rider-Waite, and it's nice when I go to like psychic fairs. But when you get a deck like this is a deck that is going to read you from cover to cover. You will never recover. It will read you for filth, right? It's going to tell you the way it is. You know, it's not going to cover code things and make you feel comfortable. This is not a deck for the sensitive and for people who have triggers. Anything triggers them. This is Caribbean folk magic, voodoo, Sanse, 21 division, Maria Leonza, Ovea magic, New Orleans voodoo, right? Look at that. This is the Six of Swords. Wow. The Seven of Swords. Look at his face. I like that. I'm sorry. I love this deck, right? Ocho, Eight of Swords, and they're playing Los Tambores, right? And she's monta with Aloa herself, a Misterio. She's mounted by un Loa, un Misterio. All right, this is Nine of Swords. So this card reminds me of the devil and his fiddle, right? But it also reminds me of a spirit that is in Brazilian Umbanda, Zé Pilintra, right? If you know that spirit, you know exactly what this card means. Zé Pilintra is one of the bad boys, right? He likes gambling, he likes prostitution, he likes sexual indulgence, he loves music, he loves his liquor and his women and everything that has to do with chiching, right? Reminds me of Zé Pilintra. Oof, wow. 10 of Swords right there. Psychic attack. You need to call on all your defenses. Mucha envidia, right? And it weighs you down. It's sucking you down. It's sucking all your energy. Whoa. Whoa. So I'm not a practitioner of palo, but this is a fetish of, I think it's called, I think it's a minkisi. I could be wrong, right? To all those who practice those traditions, please leave that down. But this is the doll of Swords. Sorry. Look at that. Spirits are placed in there. Mambo. Mambo is like a santera in Santeria. A female espiritista, right? Una bruja. So la Mambo is the high priestess of her house of followers. This is the Mambo of Swords, right? This is not one to play with. She's got one eye in the world of the living and one eye in the world of the dead, en mundo de los espíritus. This is Ungan. Ungan, el sacerdote, the priest of Voodoo. Swords, right? He looks pure Guinea. But it's funny how this is an Ungan, right? Ungan, male, but there's This looks like female. No, maybe it's just muscles, right? I was thinking for a second, hermaphrodite. Let me stop going too deep. El caballo, the horse, right? Of swords. Look at him. And look at the reflection. Los espíritus de los muertos, de los cementerios. And this is the last card that comes with this deck. So, my final thought. The deck is beautiful. I can see myself working this deck spiritually, right? It's got so much deep symbolism. I definitely recommend it, right? If you understand Voodoo, whether it's Haitian Voodoo, 21 Division, Dominican 21 Division, Puerto Rican Sanse, right? You're going New Orleans Voodoo. You're gonna understand this deck, and you're gonna be able to interpret it much better than if you do not know these traditions, spiritualities, or religions. This is the box. Of course, I showed you that it comes with, right? And the deck goes in there. Now the book, real quickly, the book. Here's the book. I glanced through it. I'm going to show you the book real quick. I glanced through it. I love it. Okay, so this was published by Llewellyn. Llewellyn does publish some amazing books, but the book in itself, most tarot decks come with this little short little book, right? Look at that. Most come with this little short book. This comes with an interpretation and a meaning of each card, right? But the interpretations are nice, but these interpretations are pretty much watered down. I'm going to be very honest with you. This is more for new age people, because this deck is such a powerful tool to connect to the world of spirits. Not that you're going to read anyone's spirit. This card's going to come up and you're going to say you got Mama Chimbi or Santa Marta Dominadora or Papa Güey. No, that's not what it is. It has to do with a lot of the domination, stability, strength, right? It has to do a lot with understanding each of the Loa, the Misterios powers, what they represent, right? If you have if you studied Voodoo, if you studied Sanse, 21 Division, you understand the Misterios, you understand the Loa, their characteristics, you're going to understand what these cards mean and be able to interpret these cards much better than, because it's not supposed to be read like the Rider-Waite. This is more a spiritual deck, where it's going to tell you someone's cheating on you, that someone's doing some black magic, there's a curse on you, how to remove it, how to cleanse, what spirit you should ask for help. If a spirit needs, will help you with that certain situation. So look at that. The book in itself, I love that each of the suits in the book, I love, first of all, that there's a color picture, but the meanings, ecstasy, right? Ecstasy, victory, openness. Okay, it could symbolize that, but I see it different, right? Because I understand the spirits, but you can go by how the book says, but in order to really get a deep understanding and knowledge of this deck, you have to understand the spirits. And I love that. See that? The cups, what are these? These are the wands, is red, which to me this should have been the Congo spirits, Los Bocó, and this should have been Machete, but I understand it. Then we have the cups, La Copa. In my mind, this is still going to be what it is, right? La Copa, I love there's the blue pages. Then we get all the way, and we get to the yellow, right, to the swords, and it's just the book itself, it's beautiful, right? And you get to read, just instead of messing with the cards, you can just read the book and see the image right there. So I highly recommend this deck as a deep spiritual deck for inner meditation, inner contemplation, and for reading spiritually to other people, you know, helping them spiritually. If they need a spiritual bath, I'm sure this deck will be able to help you with it. You'd have to understand it if there's a psychic attack, brujeria, whatever it may be. Anyways, I highly recommend this deck. Go get it. It's a beautiful deck. It is the Voodoo Tarot, right? The Voodoo Tarot just came out. There's the New Orleans Voodoo, which I've been using for years. I'm going to try this see if I acclimate to it. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Sancita Brujo Luis. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Ciao. El varón del cementerio, nos despedimos. Cualacua.